So, Doc, if Annie can just play that video for starters.
Let's watch it.
If Annie can just play that video for starters.
Let's watch it.
B. Honorable.
Grant of orders beyond 10 days. The Speaker's lawyer urges that because of Order 25 Rule 18 of the High Court Civil Procedure Rules 2004, CI 47, that the processes of court had been served through the legal department of Parliament, and this had been brought to the notice of the Speaker. He bantered extensively on this information with the plaintiff on the floor of Parliament. And the Speaker's only reason for choosing to quarrel with the summons from the Supreme Court, an application for injunction to restrain him from ruling on a matter premised on interpretation of Article 97(1)(g), was that as Speaker, he was only supposed to be served with court processes on Monday. This is an unfortunate interpretation of the first column of the circular referred to, because this circular provides for the Speaker of Parliament to be served personally on Mondays and through the legal department of Parliament on any day. But whatever interpretation of the circular that the Speaker chose to put on how he was to be served, the Supreme Court is satisfied that the Speaker was well served with notice of the action that had been started on 15th October 2024 and seeking the correct interpretation of Article 97(1)(g) of the Court, that the processes of court had been served through the legal department of Parliament, and this had been brought to the notice of the Speaker. He bantered extensively on this information with the plaintiff on the floor of Parliament. And the Speaker's only reason for choosing to quarrel with the summons from the Supreme Court, an application for injunction to restrain him from ruling on a matter premised on interpretation of Article 97(1)(g), was that as Speaker, he was only supposed to be served with court processes on Monday. This is an unfortunate interpretation of the first column of the circular referred to, because this circular provides for the Speaker of Parliament to be served personally on Mondays and through the legal department of Parliament on any day.
So what about this?
So the Chief Justice is interpreting her own circular. She says that the interpretation put on the circular by the Chief Justice is unfortunate.
By the Speaker.
By the Speaker is unfortunate. And that if you check the first column of that circular, the Speaker is supposed to be served personally only on Mondays. But the legal department of the parliamentary service can be served on any other day.
Yes.
So, Doc, I brought 3 copies of the circular. One for Kuboy. One for you. This is the circular. No, give it to Doc. No, give it to him. Then one for me. And Annie has a soft copy of the circular. So, Annie, can you kindly put the circular on the screen? Let everybody see it. Chief Justice says, per the circular, the Speaker can only be served personally only on Mondays. She says the first column. But when it comes to the legal department, on any other day of the week. Look, I need not read the preceding paragraphs for the sake of time. But let me read it quickly. This is what the document says. To all registrars of the court and bailiff, circular. The date is 12 July 2024. Enforcement of Article 112 and 118 of the Constitution. Immunity from service of process and arrest. It says enforcement of Article 117 and 118. The Honorable Lady Chief Justice's attention has been drawn by the Right Honorable Speaker of Parliament to potential breaches by actions of some officers and some persons acting on behalf of the Judicial Service of Article 117 and 118 of the 1992 Constitution. Articles 117 and 118 of the Constitution provides that, she quotes that. Then she continues, these provisions ensure that the office holders listed above may not be served any process of court or compelled to appear as a witness in court unless Parliament is not in session or the Speaker so satisfies that the office holder in question is not on his way to attending or returning from any proceedings of Parliament. Attention has also been drawn to a circular issued on 22nd February 2021. The Honourable Lady Chief Justice is informed that there have been attempts to serve court processes of members of Parliament. She continues, I need not read all. In view of the foregoing, Annie, can we have the page 2 on the screen? In view of the foregoing, the Honourable Chief Justice has therefore directed that in serving processes to the above mentioned officials, the following should be adhered to henceforth. Now, the woman says if you check the first column of this circular, the Speaker can only be served personally only on Mondays, and the legal department served on any other week. As in Yako school, we know what a column is. Check the first column. What is a column? The column is the vertical part. So you see, in their haste to dismiss the application, they even confuse column with row. Obviously, what he was talking about was the first row, the horizontal. Look, Alai, look at the first row. Number 1, personality or institution to be served, Right Honourable Speaker of Parliament. How service should be effected. Look, this is it. All court processes should be served on the legal department of the parliamentary service. Acceptable times of service, Mondays during working hours. Mondays during working hours. Where in this column, row or circular, is it written that for the Speaker of Parliament, he can be served personally on only Mondays, but for the legal department on any other day of the week? Where is it written? Madam Gitri Tokon, where is it written?
So when you look at 2 and 3,
Yes.
the one to the clerk to Parliament
Yes.
and members of Parliament.
Yes.
When you look at those two,
Yes.
you will see that where the intent
Yes.
of the circular
Yes.
was to indicate that they could be served on days other than Monday.
It is stated.
It is stated.
Because you see, when you are suing Parliament.
So first of all, they state Tuesday to Friday.
Exactly.
And they state the time.
Exactly.
So
7
that-
a.m.
so-
to 8 a.m.
So that if the intent was that you could serve the Right Honourable Speaker
Personally.
And
It is not even there.
on
There is
Mon-
no part of this this column or
on
whatever.
Mondays.
And
then-
serve legal department on any other day.
It will be stated.
No, hold on.
And then if the intent was that you can serve the Speaker on Monday, but you can serve the Speaker through
The legal department on any other day.
on Tuesday to Friday,
have
just
been
like
stated.
it's in 2 and 3.
It would have been stated.
It would have been stated.
Because when you are suing Parliament, or if you are serving a process on Parliament, you serve the clerk. And when you are serving the clerk, the Chief Justice says you can do it on Mondays or any other day of the week. That is other weekdays, Tuesday to Friday,
Even with
7 a.m.
even
to
with
8
that, they
a.m.
give you a time.
A time, 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. And then for members of Parliament, on Mondays, because MPs don't work on Mondays, usually. They don't work on Mondays. And then on Tuesdays to Fridays, by 7 to 8, Parliament is not sitting. So that agreement, because the Speaker and the MPs could have even argued that by 7 we would have been on our way to Parliament. So it would have been impossible to serve them. But they have all come to this
So you see that even
compromise position.
You see that even the Speaker, when Parliament on recess is not even applicable to him.
No.
Yeah.
When Parliament is on recess, you
It's
can
not
serve
even
it.
applicable
You
to
can
this
only
circular.
serve this. The Chief Justice in this circular never made any provision for serving anything personally on the Speaker.
Yes.
This document says the only way you serve the Speaker, and we can see the first row. The only way you can
Served on the
serve
legal
the Speaker
department,
is to serve the legal department of the parliamentary service. And you can do that only on Mondays.
Yes. So there's nothing like a personal service on him.
Why will a
It is only
woman
true.
who is Chief Justice authored this document herself I'm sure that when they retired into chambers to write their ruling.
Okay, don't insinuate, just make a point.
Yes, I'm sure that, I mean, I'm being fair to her. She would have even taken another look at the circular to refresh her memory. At least in interpreting the document, give the correct interpretation. This is a document that is coming from the Chief Justice. This is the Judicial Secretary signing on behalf of the Chief Justice. In view of the foregoing, the Honorable Lady Chief Justice has therefore directed, and the Chief Justice is in copy. Why would the Chief Justice lie this way? Is she Chief Justice or Chief of Injustice? Why?
Okay.
This is a sacrilege. This is disgraceful.